weeks to come and record this tonight. I had all this stuff planned. Ended up losing my wallet. That kind of threw me off, but you know, knowing me, I always keep certain cards stashed in certain places, like my car, my house. So regardless of me losing my wallet, I still had access to my funds. So you guys could be dealing with a situation sort of like that, where someone's trying to throw you a loop, but unfortunately for you, you already are ahead of the game, or you know, you have certain gifts that allow you to see what can come up in the future. Also, before I start reading, I am making manifestation oils. I do have these for sale in the description box below. I have 4 types. This is for attracting genuine romantic and platonic relationships. This has worked for me. This is what I use to attract my divine counterpart. So this is will be available in the description box below. I have my crown chakra oil, or also my DNA activation oil. So this is good for activating your spiritual gifts. What you do for each of these oils is you just take about 2-3 drops. You don't even need that much. So this whole bottle will last you about 4 months. Take 2 drops, rub it either behind the back of your ears, your forehead, the back of your neck, or just your chest area. Before bed, if you do want, you know, to increase your abilities to astral travel and things of that nature. For the love, you would use this in regards to even self-love with yourself. So on a daily basis, when you're feeling down, this is when you would use the love attraction oil. This is also something that you would use right before you leave, or when you're about to go out, even if it's just to run errands. This will help attract genuine people that want to give you pure love, and it will also repel anybody that's coming in with lust or temptation or any type of energy like that. So if you are trying to attract that into your life, it's probably best that you don't use this. I also have my money attraction oil. All of these are made with 24 karat gold. So the first 25 people that order will have 25 karat gold sheets put in the oils. For this money manifestation, it has different herbs that are good for manifesting just abundance and prosperity. All of these come with crystals inside, herbs, and essential oil blends. And then last but not least is my protection and hex oil. This is what you would put on for protection against evil eye, against negativity, negative energies, entities. When I put this on, they don't like to, the demons don't like to stick around me. If I stick some of this and put it like by my house, you know, the front door, along the hallways, yeah, they don't like this stuff at all. So now let's get back to the reading. If you want to purchase that, once again, the link is in the description box below. I did make it affordable. And like I said, one bottle will last you like 3-4 months. It's really potent. You don't even need that much at all. So let's take a look and see what you guys need to know. This is for all signs. If you want something personal, information for personal readings is in the description box below. Hi Katya, hi Sunkiss, hi Joanne, hi everyone. So we have 6 of Swords, 4 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, and the Sun. I feel like you have this tendency of exposing people. You may have unintentionally exposed someone that's been getting away with this manipulation for up to even 9 years. This is someone that's used to being corrupt. They're used to being manipulative. They're used to charming their way into people's pants, bank accounts, into opportunities. But this person could not pull the wool over their eyes with you. Yes, at some point you were falling for the games like everybody else did. But I feel like this King of Pentacles in reverse, they did something to you that just forced you to have this awakening as to who this person truly is. With the 6 of Swords, some of you may be sad at this time. If you're not sad, you're possibly going through like purging energies. This is also you moving to a calmer place. So if things have been a bit chaotic for you, you can expect things to change moving forward. This is also the energy of a physical move, or you just mentally having more peace of mind within the next 6 weeks, because you've been missing a lot of opportunities around you. This is you rejecting offers that don't have anything substantial. So I feel like most of you have learned the lesson of just because something looks good at face value, it does not mean it's actually valuable to you. This is also the energy of learning that you don't have to accept the first nice person that comes into your life. It's okay to have standards. It's okay to have certain criteria that you have dealing with people, because you're on that same caliber as well. You're someone who takes care of yourself. Self-care, self-love, self-admiration. And I also think, unbeknownst to you, there's some sort of gossip going on about you in the background. And this gossip stems from people that you moved away from. So this could be former friends, former family members, former coworkers. If you have some sort of platform online, whether it's a Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it may be, these people watch you. behind the scenes. They may not use their actual profiles. They may use like fake profiles, but you definitely have people from the past that want to return. They want to say something to you, but they know that if they come at you incorrectly, that they're going to get some sort of mouthpiece. You're somewhat intimidating to people around you, whether they let you know this or not. With the Five of Pentacles, though, this didn't just happen overnight. Some of you have gone through a lot, especially since childhood, of you dealing with some abandonment issues, neglect, you having to maybe even raise yourself. For some of you that this is going to resonate with, I feel like you have a tendency of attracting like this Jezebel spirit or an incubus succubus spirit. And it's almost as if like every other person that you meet, they all have the same characteristics within them. Like, yes, there's different variations, but they're all liars. Or they seem good at first, they seem nice and kind at first, and then once they get comfortable, these people start to tell you, or they start to show you what their true colors is. This could even be haters that are very subtle with the way that they hate on you. It's like they'll tell a joke under the disguise of like playing around, but really and truly it's like someone's really hating on you behind the scenes. And if you have left a certain group of people behind, just know, continue on your path, because you're on the path to success and prosperity. And it seems like you're also leading others, whether you know it or not, unbeknownst to you. A lot of people look up to you because you have overcome a lot of adversity, whether it's having to take care of kids on your own or just having to deal with a lot of trauma, having to take care of your own family members. It's a lot that you guys have dealt with, and you wear it very well. You don't look like what you've been through. If anything, you actually get younger with the more adversity that you go through. It's weird. It's like you're this transmutation type of energy. So whatever sent your way, you know how to recalibrate that and use it to your advantage. So if you're somebody who's creative or you have some sort of creative ability, this most likely stemmed from childhood when you constantly had things being thrown at you, whether it was hate, aggression. It doesn't even have to be from your parental figures. It could just be from your environment. You ended up internalizing a lot of that energy, and that's what gives you that oomph that most people don't have. And with the Five of Pentacles, most of you have suffered through financial losses, or you just don't come from a spoon-fed type of life. You've had to work through everything that you've got. And those of you that have been struggling financially, within the next 5 weeks, there's going to be some form of alleviation. I don't know if this is a package from the government that's going to help people out. If not, this is just some form of unexpected income that's owed to you, because the universe feels like this is something that you deserve. I also feel like there is a lover or someone that's interested in you in the background. This person, though, they want to move slow. And this could be a turnoff for you. I'm not even going to lie. Because if you're somebody who's eager and you're ready to commit, you may say that now, but once that person is actually in front of your face, you don't know what kind of trauma responses they're going to trigger within you. And this has happened to me where I thought I was, oh yeah, I'm ready for my person. Where's he at? As soon as he got here, it was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not as healed as I thought, because this person started to trigger so much within me. And it's going to be the same thing for you. There's someone in your circle who's patient. They're very practical. They're very responsible. They're also stubborn. So this person's not going to run once they see your tendencies or whatever it is that you do, because we all have our thing, whether you lie or you scream or you yell. I don't feel like most of you are liars. I just feel like you have this tendency of being hyper independent because of the things that you went through, and having to learn to trust other people again, or to love again, or just to not put so much weight and responsibility of yourself. Unlearning the things that you went through in childhood, that's so hard to do. And with the Four of Cups, some of you have been dating various people, multiple people, giving people chances, and they just leave you bored and discontent. And it's all for a reason. It's because there's a special cup right here. It's like illuminated. It even like lights up in these rainbow waves. Regardless of who you've encountered, that or those specific situations did not work out, because there's a specific cup that's meant just for you. So regardless of who you meet, if you're a divine counterpart, if you're somebody that you know you work on yourself consistently, yeah, you may have your bad days where you lash out. We all have those. But if you know you've been working on yourself and you've been asking the divine to send you someone, well, they're tailoring a specific person just for you. So regardless of who you try to be with, who's not this tailor-made person, it's just going to feel weird. It's going to feel like something's missing. You're going to feel discontent. Some of you know what I mean. So if you are dating, be open, but also don't put all your eggs in one basket, and don't give yourself to the first person that's nice to you. Now let's get another deck. That way we can get some additional messages. This is my Essential Messages deck. If you want to purchase this, the link is in the description box below. What do the people watching and the collective need to know in regards to any information? Victim mentality. Yeah, you've worked through any losses, you've worked through any trauma that you used to go through. In the past, you may have been in that woe is me type of energy, like me. Everybody just needs to feel sorry for me. And I'm not saying that you didn't go through things that were traumatic. The trauma, that's not on you. However, healing it and moving past it, it's on you. There's nobody else that can help you heal those parts of yourselves that you feel like are broken. Yes, if there was someone that victimized you in a way and they harmed you, they betrayed you, them coming back and telling you they're sorry, sometimes that doesn't even heal you either. So let's say you're waiting for some sort of closure. You get that closure and you still feel like dirt afterwards, then that usually means that you still have some introspection to do. We have I was raped, abused, molested, sexually assaulted. This is something that could stem from childhood, or this is something that you guys are working through. This is something that gets triggered within you a lot, and it may be something that you still need to actively work through. And just know that whatever happened to you, it's not your fault. You couldn't have done anything to prevent this. However, whoever you were connected to that did harm you in some way, shape, or form, it doesn't even have to be sexually. It could just be emotionally abuse or mental abuse or gaslighting, whatever it was. This person, it was all about control. Because if they can't control you, then they try to control how people see you, the perception of you. But this person, it stemmed from control because they could see your light. Whoever you were surrounded by, whether it was one person or a group of people, they could see your light. So they tried to control you by stifling your energy, making you feel bad about yourself, criticizing you to the point where you felt like you couldn't do anything right, projecting their negativity and their insecurities onto you. We also have possible infection or STD, or there's some sort of sexual imbalance. Some of you, there's something that's going on sexually with you. It doesn't feel like an STD. It feels more like bacterial vaginosis, where it's just like your pH levels get thrown off during sex. So that may be something that you need to pay attention to. Also, make sure that you pee afterwards. I don't know who that's for, but that may be contributing to some form of like UTIs, of anything of that sort. Now, if you were connected to someone who did abuse you, their karma is going to be getting some form of STD. Now, whether that STD is curable or not depends on the severity of the transgression. But I do know people walking around with herpes because they are terrible people and they have negative attachments based off of their recklessness. And for me, what I believe is an STD, that's just a small symptom of a bigger problem. So if you have some form of STD, it means that you have a negative attachment, some sort of demon that's feeding off of your body, and it's leaving behind a paper trail or some form of evidence, which is the STD. Because I don't believe things like this are like herpes and whatnot are incurable, because yeah, based off of like experiences that I've had with others, I think lifestyle choices is what contributes to these infections and things of that nature. So be careful who you're attached to. Be careful who you give your sexual energy to, because one wrong move, you could be getting something that is going to stick with you. We also have Kiss Me Softly. So these past people, they would come in pretending to be charming and compassionate and kind. There's nothing wrong with you. If you feel dumb or naive because of how someone presented themselves to you, just know that all you could do now from this point forward is use your discernment and try to listen to your intuition more. But I can really see that you were dealing with some shapeshifters in the past. These were people that literally, at face value in the public, they pretend to be like the kindest, nicest, God-fearing people, but behind closed doors, these are like demons. Like they feed on people's like insecurities, they feed on people's miseries, they try to like gang stalk other people. And if you're the type where you're gonna tell the truth no matter what, or you're not gonna let someone bully you or submit to, intimidation, if you're not someone that can be bought, mean-spirited people, they will get triggered by you one way or another. We also have How Can I Mend Your Broken Heart? So you're gonna have past people trying to come in pretending to be, change, or pretending to be sorry, and this is all just a manipulative tactic. Look, silent treatment, gaslight, hoover, discard, stonewall, and deflect. These are all narcissistic tactics that people use, sometimes even rational, healthy people. We're all capable of having these narcissistic tactics, but there's others that let it go way beyond what's normal. So if you were in the past dealing with someone that you knew made you feel like you were crazy, they would constantly use the silent treatment or just like use your own words, your own trauma against you, it's because you were dealing with someone who was tied to evil spells or dark magic. This may have been someone who used some type of Ouija board, or they dealt into some sort of dark arts when they were younger. I know a ton of people. You know what's crazy? I'm just thinking about it right now. I know a ton of people that have mentioned using Ouija boards and things when they were younger. And now when I look back, when I'm thinking back to all these people, either they're all evil or their life is just chaotic and destructive. And honestly, it's because once you put yourself in that energy, you become like a parasite to an entity, and that's essentially what you were connected to. Trust how you feel around certain people. If you feel uneasy around someone where you feel like, okay, I need to watch my mouth, I can't be saying certain things around this person, it's because intuitively your body can sense that you're in an environment that's possibly a danger to you. Your mind tries to find, the evidence of this. And that's my problem too. Like, my body would tell me, okay, you need to get out of here because it's not safe where you are. And my mind's like, okay, well, I need to know what the problem is. I need to know all the answers and all the details. And if I sit there and wait for all the answers, then things just get worse for me. So this may be a sign for you to learn to trust your intuition the first time and not wait for any extras. Let's see, what else do the people watching all signs need to know? What is this? Karmic relationship. That's exactly what you were dealing with. You were dealing with somebody who would give you fleeting triggers. Something about the people that you were connected to, it would just trigger, the most discomfort feelings within yourself. And they would cause turmoil. This may even be someone that you feel resentful towards. And they were here to teach you certain lessons about letting go and loving you. So that's ultimately what karmic relationships do. They have an expiration date, and they're simply here to teach you that this is how you love yourself. If you try to hold on to karmic relationships longer than their expiration date, that's when your life starts to become destructive. And that's also where depression comes in. We have separation. So you're in separation with either this person or this group of people. Yes, you do feel sad. Yes, you do miss them. I know it's weird. You're like, how do I miss the person that abused me and like put me through hell? But I don't know. It's just something about the human mind. You can't fault yourself for things that you did not know, that you were not aware of. And even now, it's also the energy of needing to forgive yourself and also to think about you, because there was a point in time where you were putting others before yourself. And this may have been like a very harsh lesson that was for you to learn about putting yourself first. But now you are here. We also have the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. So regardless of who tries to come back from the past, just know that there's no going back. Whatever happened, too much water is under the bridge. The final nails in the coffin, like there's no going back. Don't let anybody from the past drag you down. And the only reason why they want to drag you down is because you formed some form of like mirror to them. You and the person or the people that you were connected to in the past, you were essentially mirroring each other. It's like you were showing them their negativity and their manipulative tactics, and they were showing you what you needed to heal within yourself. It's almost like an unorthodox, but it's still, yeah. So we have self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, and introspection. So this may have been a connection that was here to teach you about your wounds. Yes, it may have even highlighted the wounds that were already there, and it was almost like adding more salt to them. But I feel like these people from the past, they only showed you what was already there. Now, those of you that did go through like situations like rape and abuse or sexual abuse, that's a whole other thing, and I'm not even going to touch on that. But you may have been in a relationship or a connection, or were dealing with people that triggered you to feel like you were not enough. Like there was nothing that you could do that was enough. Even if you put all of your effort and your time into trying to please certain people, there was nothing that you could do that would please them, because for one, they had like this black hole within their heart that's just voided, either because of things that they did in the past. Because if you look at this Green Reaper, to me that kind of looks like an entity to me. And yeah, but you were in a relationship where you were just like frustrated, or maybe even just felt alone most of the time, and you were dealing with somebody that may have even been self-sabotaging due to fear, someone that was reflecting jealousy onto you, even possessiveness. Some of you were in a situation where there was another woman, because the snake is all about competition, someone dealing with a chaser or someone who had malicious intentions. Whoever you were connected to had malicious intentions, because they were going to put money and passion and abundance above everything else. And now it's time for you to be in the position where these people were when you were freaking crying or being depressed or having to pull yourself out of literal hell on your own. Those of you that had to fight this fight on your own with God, I mean, yeah, you did talk to people here and there, but those of you that go through that deep depression or after you dealt with someone that isolated you from all of the people around you, whether it's your friends, your family members, you know what I'm talking about. And just know, if there was another female or another man in the mix, oh, they're going to pay. While you're over here getting abundance, learning how to keep a positive mindset despite everything that you've been going through, you're going to manifest exactly what you want and staying in the vibration of gratitude and bliss. When I'm pissed off, it's like everything, it's like the world just beats me up. I don't know how to explain it. Like when one thing goes wrong and I dwell on that, everything is just like a domino effect after that. But as soon as something goes wrong and I just try not to dwell on it and I just stay in this vibration of gratitude, the more I end up manifesting. And so that's essentially what this is trying to tell me here is keeping a positive mindset is what's going to get you what it is that you want. And it's not a matter of how many times you can stay in that vibration. It's the duration of how long you can stay in the energy of gratitude. That's what determines how fast your manifestations will come in. So let me get another deck. What do you guys need to know at this time? What do the people watching need to know that's imperative at this time? The Hierophant. Right now, you're going through some form of initiation. So those of you that have felt isolated since like COVID, maybe even prior to COVID, it's because you're going through some form of initiation. In order for you to be different from other people, the divine has to separate the wheat from the chaff. I don't know why, that's just the vibe that I'm getting. It's like there's some form of separation that's going on. There's some people watching that have really dedicated their life or just their spiritual path to learning and evolving, and this is what's gotten you in this Empress energy. So there's mostly females watching, females that are in the divine feminine Empress energy. Now if you're masculine watching, this would be the divine masculine, but you have mastered yourself in some way. Everything that you need and want, it's all within your grasp. So if you want to be a millionaire, all the tools that you're looking for, it's all within your grasp. You don't need to go out there and do anything else. It's just a matter of mastering you, your own skills, your own talents, being able to monetize the things that are in demand in some way. And I also feel like there's a major commitment that's coming in for you guys. For those of you that are single, this may even lead to marriage. And this is you meeting somebody that is on your level, someone that can bring a lot to the table just like you can. Because with the Empress here, the Empress is the embodiment of the highest suit in the deck when it comes to feminine energy. So you have a little bit of all the zodiac signs within you. You're kind of like a super being. This is why you trigger people so badly. This is why you hardly have friends of the same sex, is because you trigger a lot of like insecurities within people. So they look at you as competition, even though you're not even doing anything. You're just trying to exist, maybe even be in your own bubble. And this becomes a problem for whatever reason. You're now creating some form of shift. Your energy alone, just by you being in a room alone, you're activating the people around you. So you don't really truly know how powerful you are. And I also feel like some of you are kind of like a child of the divine and the underworld. I know I'm like this because I have people that will sometimes send me dark magic or they'll send me entities, and what they don't know is that those entities work for me because I technically have both. So that's kind of the sense here, which is where if anyone tries to attack you, those attacks can only go so far because of your ranking, like your spiritual ranking. The purity of your heart is what's gotten you as far as you've gone. So please don't change who you are, regardless of how many people try to stomp on you or dim your light or make you feel like there's something wrong with who you are. What your heart is what makes you you. So if you change all those loving, caring, nurturing, compassionate qualities of yourself, then ultimately you're changing you. It's just a matter of having boundaries and learning who's worth that loving, giving, nurturing energy. But I feel like you're releasing people that were so slow to give you what you want, people that were inconsistent in and out of your life, people that were like players. They were very hasty in how they dealt with you. It's like you're always cleaning other people's messes up. And this may have even been going on since childhood, where you took on the role or you had some form of responsibility. Even if you weren't going out there with your job, making some form of income, it's like there was a lot of responsibility that was put on you, and this energy carried on to adulthood, and you tend to attract people that are in their feminine energy. It's like they want to be taken care of, they want to be loved, they want to be nurtured, they want to be given to, but who gives to you? You're like the neighborhood mom or dad, but when you need somebody, like, where is that support? Most of you use the divine to recharge, but it's time for you to have people that you can count on. If you're looking at your circle and you're the most intelligent person in that circle, or you're the person that's giving all the, you know, the keys to the streets and all the information and intel, then you need a new circle. You need someone else that you can learn from. It can't just be you at the top of the food chain. With the Page of Pentacles, you guys have gone through a lot of elevation. With the Page of Pentacles, this is all about good news, solid beginnings. So if you've been applying for any jobs, this is you getting some form of responses, even getting an offer that will be suitable for you. If you've been wanting a romantic relationship, or if that's something that you're attracting into your life, it is coming in, but it is trying to tell you to be realistic. Don't try to jump into a relationship 3, 4, 5 months into you meeting someone new. Like, really take it easy, take it slow, because you never really know who people are. You don't even know anyone until 3, 4, 5 years into the mix. That's what I'm, because I feel like people can wear facades and masks for a long time. I've witnessed this myself. So really just take your time and know that if you ask your ancestors and your guides and you pray for not just discernment but clarity, that information will come to you. And this is also the energy of sudden movement. So if you've been feeling stagnant, whether it's because of financial reasons or just you needing to release certain things that have been keeping you stuck, you're now seeing the truth or the clarity of the matter, which means it's only a matter of time before any obstacles that are in your way are removed once and for all. So, anyone from the past, what do they want to tell you? Because I've been feeling tons of past people in my energy, and I'll feel them for like a week or 2 straight before they actually reach out to me. So that's how I know it's the same thing for y'all. So whoever you keep thinking about randomly and you're not even talking to this person, it's because this person wants to reach out to you, and it's going to become unbearable to the point where they'll have no choice but to send you some form of message or something. What does this past person want to tell you? You were the best thing in my life, and I let you slip right through my fingers. These friends that you were committed and loyal to, they may have talked about you behind your back, spread lies, maybe even secrets that you told them. These people are realizing that you were the best thing in their life, and whatever friend group that they do have now, they're getting dogged out. They're getting treated like they're just disposable, and these past people want to come back and try to resurrect the relationship. They want to act like they're in denial. These are the type of people that are not ready to take any form of accountability. So don't expect any I'm sorries. Don't expect I'm sorry for doing this and this is what I will not do again. And yeah, because what they want to say is that they don't understand how they even got here because everything was just fine. These are people that want to act delusional, or they want to act like they're in denial. However, they're still saying in the same breath that they wish they could start over without all of the heartbreak and pain. So yes, whoever these people or person is, they're acknowledging that they caused you some form of heartbreak or pain that you need to heal from. But at the same time, they want to say that they don't understand how y'all even got here. So yeah, denial and delusional. I'm a charmer. I have friends and benefits. Yeah, friends with benefit situations in many cities, states, provinces, and countries. So you were dealing with like cowards that couldn't tell you what the deal was. They had low self-esteem. Therefore, they had to go and ruffle their feathers with whoever they felt like was attractive. With, if I could have one more chance with you, I would do things differently this time and love you more. So whoever you were connected to in the past, whether it's platonic or romantic, they are acknowledging that they literally breadcrumbed you, that they didn't give you anything that you truly deserve, that you constantly had to prove yourself to these people, and it was just unfair. It was only a matter of time before you got tired. Regret, I thought this was what I wanted, but I realized too late it didn't bring me any happiness. So everything that these people wanted, they got. So if you were left for someone else, your ex got the person that they thought they wanted, and now that they have this person, or now that the relationship is playing out, yeah, they're realizing that no, they made the wrong choice. Everyone after you has deserted, betrayed, and mistreated me, and it mirrored what I did to you. And that's exactly what we've been talking about this whole reading, is just mirroring. Everything you went through, please don't think it was in vain, because I guarantee you the people that did those things to you, they're going through it twice as hard. You at least have your ancestors and your guides to help you lick your wounds. These people got nobody. I sometimes wonder if you fell out of the sky because you were so out of this world. If you've been feeling like maybe you're adopted or maybe you're not of this world, it's because you're not. Your soul origin is not from this world. Mine isn't. I I love humans as a whole, but I really don't like people. And this is something that has stemmed from even like me being 2, 3 years old, and it's just because I realized like I'm just different. Same thing with you. Your soul origin could be from somewhere else. Maybe you have lifetimes in Lemuria or Atlantis. Maybe you have Anunnaki bloodline, ancient Sumerians. There's something here that's different about you, and there's something that you're meant to do. At the bottom of the deck, it says, I want them because they're weaker. They don't expect much of me, and I can control them. So ultimately, you standing up for yourself does have a price. And the price was maybe getting left behind, maybe getting deserted. But just know, you have the better end of the stick, because whoever you got left for, they have no dignity, no money, no spiritual protection, no abundance, no values, probably loose sexual energy. I just feel that heavily in the air. And it's not you, so somebody else is here. So let's see. Who am I tapping into that the collective needs to know about? This loose sexual energy that I feel. 7 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Swords. So you guys have a stalker. You have someone who watches you. For one, because they can't be you. 10 of Pentacles. 7 of Cups. Judgment. And the 3 of Swords. So whoever this person is that watches you, they're now trapped in their head, because they ended up gaining the other person that they wanted, which was your person. So let's say your ex left you to go to this person that's stalking and watching you. They're realizing that they should have just left you alone. They should have just left this relationship alone. They're realizing there's no form of collaboration. This person is realizing that they played themselves because they thought they were going to gain some prize or some, I don't know, emperor or pharaoh, and they're realizing they're getting breadcrumbed even worse than you. So if you think you got breadcrumbed, if you think you got played, this third party is getting played worse than you, if there's even such a thing. Because with the 7 of Pentacles, whoever you were connected to, they ended up, look, they had 2 options. There's 2 baskets here. They're like, okay, well, am I going to go with the collective, who I know has standards, who I know I have to change for, that I'm not willing to do? Or am I going to go to this easy person on the side? This Page of Swords, easy, literally. They're going to give me their money, a place to stay, sex. They're going to let me have an open relationship. They're just going to let me do. So notice how the live stream was complete. Okay. So yeah, YouTube is run by the same entities, the same devil worshiping, all of them. This Page of Swords with this Judgment card, the person that you got left for is facing judgment because they contributed to your pain. It may not have just been your pain. It could have been you, your family, the people in your household, children if you have any, and they're left in the same confusion that they contributed in putting you in. And I also feel like those of you that were left for someone else, there may have been money that was stolen from you. If it's not money, it's a household that was supposed to be yours. Essentially, you were dealing with someone that you built a foundation with, and they tried to finish off the structure with someone who did not deserve it. This collaboration was never going to work because you can't try to build a relationship off of someone's pain, someone else's pain, and think that it's going to work, because it's not. I'm sorry. I don't know what type of delusion this Page of Swords is under, but they're having some form of rude awakening. Let's see. What else do you guys need to know? High Priestess of Water, this is you. You are a psychic. You're specifically a High Priestess of Water. So whenever you're feeling down, the best form of cleansing for you would be natural forms of water. Yeah, a bathtub or shower will do. But if you can go into like a river or ocean, that would be ideal. Right now, you're being asked to focus. Don't let anything deter you from your focus, from your goals. Have tunnel vision for your goals, especially right now, because I promise you, you're just about to elevate, or you're just about to get to the next phase of or chapter of your life. And there's a lot of distractions that's about to come in to see if you're going to self-sabotage or pick a path that's not meant for you. So please focus. Trust your intuition. Your subconscious is also being programmed or reprogrammed because you were dealing with someone that wanted to keep you stuck with this grove. You were dealing with individuals that knew they could see your power. They could see that you were someone that was meant to be in the limelight. They could see that you're a healer. They didn't like this. They were trying to stop this in some way. The past person that you were connected to romantically that left you for someone else, they didn't have a sense of self. So they were easily manipulated, easily swayed. This person was confused essentially. If they were not confused, they only wanted to keep their options open while still keeping a hand on you. So this is like very selfish. Instead of this person loving you and caring for you the way that you deserve, they knew they couldn't do that. So instead of releasing you, they gave you the illusion, like the illusion of having a relationship or the illusion of having a marriage. And I know what this is like because I was in that. I was in a whole marriage that was just a freaking sham. And when I woke up from it, it was just like overnight. It wasn't like, yeah. So you guys know what I'm talking about. Everything that happened was for your favor. You had to take a risk, whether this risk was trusting that the divine has your back, whether this risk is like leaving something behind that you loved dearly, you cared for dearly. But there was a lot of like deceit. There was a lot of manipulation, a lot of lies, a lot of trickery. The relationships that you had in the past, they were built on lies. The foundation of it was lies. That's what made it be so detrimental in the beginning. It's because you had such high confidence in the people that you were connected to. But remember, you're pure. Some of the people that you attract are not that way. They're actually the complete opposite of you. And this wishing well that you've been sitting on, wishing upon a star, wishing things were different, wishing for a family, wishing for a lover, wishing for friends that truly care for you, wishing for like opportunities, a stable household, it's all coming. I promise you it is. It's just right now you're trying to either clear out cycles and complete certain cycles. And some of you that left situations without having closure and you're still energetically attached to it, that's also a blockage. Those of you that are holding resentment towards the people that hurt you in the past, that's also a blockage with the flow of bringing in the things that you want. So yes, people can tell me all day to forgive my abusers. That doesn't mean I freaking want to. And I'm not going to be here and say, oh yeah, you need to forgive them, blah, blah, blah. You do it when it's time. Everything serves its purpose. The anger serves its purpose. So does the sadness. So allow yourself and give yourself room to feel all the emotions freely without, making yourself feel guilty about it in some way. Nobody has the perfect life. Healing is not linear. You could be fine one day and 1 week, and then the next week you're just completely discombobulated and not knowing what's going on. But with the Page of Pentacles to the Seven of Swords, there's still good things coming in for you. Right now, you just may not be able to see them, either because you're so laser focused on the things that you went through that you can't really see past the illusions essentially. But what I'm seeing is that there's major changes that is happening. So as you change yourself, as you heal, so does the planet. So as you're going through all these transformations, so does Earth. The realm that you were in that had all that suffering and all those losses and all the lies and betrayal, we're no longer in that frequency anymore. So what you're reliving is just memories. And it's a matter of like training your brain to realize that. So this new frequency, this new realm that we just kind of maneuvered to, you have to understand that whatever you're manifesting your thoughts, it will manifest at a hyper rate. So only focus on the things that you truly want. Yes, it's easy to think about woe is me, to think about all how you've been victimized, but I challenge you for just a week, maybe even a day, maybe even just an hour. Only focus on positive things. It is difficult to do. You will have to combat like intrusive thoughts and things of that nature, but it will become easier. It's like working out a muscle. The more often you do it, the easier it will become, and the longer of a duration you'll be able to stay in that high vibe, meaning that you can attract and manifest the things that you want even faster. With the Death and Transformation card coming here, this is a Lover. So you had a choice. You could have chosen to descend or ascend. Most of you chose to ascend because you are looking up at the divine. You did have to leave someone behind, whether it's one person or a group of people, in order to continue on the spiritual path. And it is painful, like leaving behind people that you love, even though you know you can't take them with you. And it seems like these people were bringing you down anyways. All they cared about was having a good time, celebrating, partying, drinking. But when it came time to actually do the shadow work, to deal with the things that truly mattered, these people went ghost on you. They knew that you were the magician. I feel like these are people that you were connected to. They didn't want to give you any more clout or any more attention that you had because they felt like you would just suck all the attention out of the air. So if these were friends that you felt like never really supported you, or they didn't really go out of their way to, just make you feel heard, that was all intentional. Why? Because they wanted to keep you in this low vibe. They wanted to keep you begging for their love, begging for their acceptance, begging for their admiration, until one day you just decided, you know what, F this, I'm gonna walk away. Like, why do I need your validation for? Like, who are you? You aren't God. And with the Eight of Cups, as you walked away, yeah, it left you sad. Some of you have cried enough tears to fill the Red Sea. And I know, because as you heal, like, to get to a certain level of ascension, you have to cry. You have to purge all that energy out. And some of you had to go through this alone. You didn't really have anyone to fall back on. And if you did have a few people, it's like you only let them in to a certain extent. But just know, all of this healing, it wasn't just for nothing, because now you're the light. Everywhere you walk into, you have this impenetrable light, and people can see it, and it angers people, even like at first at the first encounter. So you may be the type of person who's not invited places often, or people just don't like you for no reason. You don't even have to do anything. They just look at you and don't like you. And it's because, like, you trigger their demons in some way, form, or fashion. Now, let's see. Last but not least, before I let you go, because I do have to do my zodiac readings. I am so behind. Strength. This is you. Ultimately, you are a pillar of strength, not just for you, but I feel like for your family unit as well. When they think about the person who's strongest, the person who's had to endure the most and still continues pushing forward, guess who they talk about? They bring you up too. So yes, you are the pillar of strength. People do look up to you because not only have you gone through a lot, but you still emit love. You're still open. You're still very loving, very caring, nurturing. So please, please, please never change that about yourself, because in this cold, harsh world, we need people that are in this energy or vibration of love. We also have anger. So you could be having anger spells, or this is something that will be triggered within you. Let yourself feel this emotion freely without guilting yourself. Just get that anger out in healthy ways. And we also have space. So some of you may be wanting more space, or you may be the type of person that will recharge when they're alone. But that's essentially what I'm seeing here. Let's see what your higher self wants to say. Messages from your higher self. I'm now ready for the change, no matter how big or small, it's time. So yeah, there's definitely time for some sort of shift in your life, something that you've been reluctant to do. And I can't help everyone, and that's okay, especially if they are unwilling to try and help themselves. So you can't have the savior syndrome with everyone. You can't be a pillar of strength for everyone. You got to at least just be strong for you. Start off with you. And whatever you have left over, that's what you pour into other people. We also have I love myself. To add more movement and exercise into my day, I know I'll feel better overall. This is for me too, because I know I need to add more physical activities to my day. It makes sleeping at night so much easier too, but at times I tend to be lazy. So more exercise, more movement. Last but not least, I am my best company. I'm no longer afraid to be alone. So this may have been a harsh lesson for you guys to be alone. Maybe you could have been people pleasers just for the sake of keeping company or having people around you, or even like an entourage. And now you're learning that sometimes being alone is the best teacher. You can quiet your mind and actually listen to the messages that you're being sent or receiving from your ancestors. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Bye.